Whose chairs? I timed that perfectly, didn't I?
Nicely paid.
Episode 49, and it's a mess.
49.
49.
Almost there.
Wow.
49 episodes in. Woo, 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 woo,
49. We
woo.
almost made it to half a century. That's the goal.
Wow, amazing. Welcome down to Fire Mountain, episode 49. We're back in the studio.
Yes, we are.
Been ages, and we are joined by Josh Goldenberg.
What's up?
And
How you guys doing?
Also, Dom. I feel like for some reason today we've all gone really dark. We're all dressed
And
like
cold.
the dark.
Me and Josh have got gloves on.
It's so cold.
Welcome
here.
to the winter editions of Fire Mountain.
So it's episode 49,
Dude, episode 49.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, and the reason that we are on Sunday morning, because it is Sunday morning, and you better have tuned in, is
Because tonight we've got a carol service at 6 p.m. It's got
Woo.
nativity. We've got a cool Christmas message with a bit of a difference. We've got Father Christmas visiting. We've got some great carols, and we're just going to put Jesus at the centre of it all. And it's going to be a great evening. So come on down tonight. But in the meantime, we wanted to put out something this morning for you guys to kind of tune into
Absolutely.
and track with.
so
Definitely.
we're definitely expecting to see you tonight down at our carol service, 6 p.m. Magna Academy. All campuses are coming together, so it's going to be a good time.
Be there, be square. But also, we,
Be there-
obviously,
hold on, let's just be there, be square.
Be
Is
there
that
or
where
be
we've-
square.
Is this where we've arrived
not
at?
be there and be
Do
square.
you know why that's the case, though?
No.
Be there or be square. Because if you're not square, if you
You're around.
You're around, yeah, well.
Yeah, nice.
So there you go.
Oh, well done, Josh.
That's
There we
good.
go. Yeah.
Well, thanks for
something
coming
I
on
found
Fire
out like
Mountain.
2 months. There we go. That's my contribution. See you guys. Yeah.
Thanks for coming, mate. So, this morning,
Yeah.
we can only preempt how the nation is feeling after last night's game against France.
Well, no, we can't, because we know how they're feeling, because it's Sunday morning.
So what, have we won in your mind? Or-
Guys, it's
I
come
see.
home. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be so premature. I'm not saying anything actually.
Okay, so what do you think? Do you think, having watched the
Last game,
The last game.
Wales, Senegal. England, Senegal.
yeah, Wales, Senegal,
Senegal.
England, Senegal, do you think that it's coming home?
Dude, I honestly...
Thing is, we're going to sound like absolute.
if we get
idiots
past
on
France, I
Sunday.
think we'll do it. If we get past France, and I think we've got the quality to get past France. I
Okay.
do think that. It's whether we show up on the day. That's always the country with England. If
So
we
are
don't
you-
show up,
are
like
you-
against USA, we didn't show up.
Are you secretly humming under your breath? It's
I thi-
coming.
I'm not even under my breath.
Oh,
I'm
right.
constantly singing that at any given opportunity. Like when there's worship being sung on Sunday, that's the
what
song
you're
I'm
singing.
singing. Okay, thank you, Lord. It's coming home. And,
So- What you're saying in all of this is next week, Sunday,
yeah,
is either going to be a really happy occasion at church,
yeah.
a lot of anticipation of what could be working out, or you're going to be really, really depressed.
It's weird. It doesn't last long for me because I'm not competitive enough, but it does bum me out a little bit. And the annoying thing is at Christmas. Why does it have to ruin Christmas?
Yeah,
Like,
it's true.
all this
It's-
pressure and
it's
stress in the background.
I must
So-
say, I've been annoying my brother hopelessly, Simeon, during the games because I've been literally just saying the most outrageous, stupid things, like it's coming home, but also saying like Maguire's the greatest defender of all time. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay,
Like,
right. That is ridiculous.
He's absolutely hating it.
So, do you know, this is a serious fact, so I've set it up really badly because people are going to expect a joke, and it's
Yeah.
not a joke.
Okay.
But do you know that when England loses, domestic violence goes up in the UK?
For real?
Yeah.
I did hear
Wow.
that actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was true. Is that legit?
That's way, like, it is legit, and that's way too weird to me that
Wow.
people care that much about sport.
Gosh. That,
Well,
I
that
think,
got
I,
heavy
think, I,
quick,
think, I,
didn't
think,
it?
I think it probably doesn't help as well because like everyone. Okay. How do I phrase this? Everyone just puts back a few pints sort of during a game and that sort of stuff.
not in
and then-
Qatar. Not in Qatar.
Not in Qatar, but
Hey.
like but in England, and then you sort of
Got
lose,
you,
and you're not in full control of yourself. Oh, yeah, I see it.
So it seems like this is a really good World Cup as well. Like on the ground, what we're hearing those pundits say is that actually Qatar have done a brilliant job
Yeah.
at executing this World Cup, building these stadiums. There's order, there's efficiency, everything's timed, the transport's good, the accommodation, all of these things. And loads of people are saying actually it's great not having alcohol at this
Yeah.
this tournament. I've heard that quite a lot
Yeah.
from people
I
who are
can-
pundits.
I can 100% see that because I think, imagine you could go watch football here without any alcohol in the stadiums with your kids, it's just more.
Good,
It's
game changer.
basically, it's watching rugby. That's what it is. Basically, it's
Yeah,
rugby.
it probably is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What I like about, well, first of all, I just need to, I think we called this out a couple of weeks ago. All these virtue signaling pundits who are all saying, oh, I can't believe human rights conditions, and they know nothing of it.
Yeah.
Right, and they're all staying in 5-star hotels built by the migrants that they're kind of angry about coming. Like, it's just crazy. Not showing the opening ceremony yet. Most people are saying it's the best. It's the one sort of World Cup in a generation where everything is so good on the ground. Supporters getting along because there's no alcohol, there's no hooliganism, there's no fighting, there's no.
No,
It should have gone.
yeah,
Sounds great,
I
man.
must say, I found it so funny though. They spent over 200 million pounds on this World Cup, and they went out in the group stages. That was.
Mate, they would have spent more than that,
cracked me
dude.
up.
It'd be way more than 200
It was
million pounds.
mental.
So we were trying to work out how much is the actual World Cup value, like the actual cup itself, the trophy. What is its financial value?
In terms of if you melt it down,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
in terms of,
I don't know what it is, but have
it's
a look
called the
quickly.
Jules Rimet, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
So
Jules
could-
Rimet is the name of the person who made the trophy, apparently.
Really?
Jules Rimet, French guy, and that's why in Three Lions song it goes, Jules Rimet still gleaming, 30
fair
years of hurt. You know, that's really interesting.
And that's why he doesn't lead worship as often as normal.
Well,
Right, okay,
So-
it's valued. It's valued at $20 million.
$20 million.
That's an initial glance.
$20 million.
Yeah, that's on Wikipedia on the FIFA
Dude,
World Cup
that's
trophy page.
crazy.
So it's definitely worth winning because, especially if Qatar win it, offsets some of the costs.
You,
They can flog it.
you'd think that it'd be stolen more often.
Whack
at
it on
20
Gumtree.
million. At 20 million. Wow,
I don't know,
that's
what-
crazy.
If you got that in your hands, what would you do with it?
The World Cup trophy.
Yeah. Would you present it in your living room?
Yeah, I would. I'd just stick it up there when people go, what's that? I'd go, you don't really
Do you know
know
what
this
I would
about
do?
me.
If I got it in my hands, like tonight, right? I would put it in as like the gold for the kings to give to Jesus in the nativity.
Oh, would you?
Just bring a World Cup. The jewels
Oh
were
my
made to
God.
Jesus later.
I would send it off to one of those gold places that send you a return envelope slip
Oh yeah.
and go, how much is this thing
Basically,
worth?
cash converters.
Yeah, yeah. Because apparently, according to the adverts, gold is at an all-time high.
Oh well, who knows?
Oh, it's because the
So
economy's at an
Christmas-
all-time low.
So Christmas time, obviously, festive season. We've got carols tonight.
But carols tonight, next Sunday is like your leaving celebration Sunday.
It is. So
It's gone
Christmas,
so quick, man.
Christmas presents all round.
Christmas, so it's amazing, isn't it? Isn't Christmas just the time that keeps on giving? England winning the World Cup, Richard bogging off.
True. So basically, what we need to have happen here is either if England wins the World Cup and I'm going,
Yeah.
it will offset the huge amount of sadness.
Yeah.
But if not, Sunny Hill's in a dangerous place. It's too much sadness for a church to handle in one hit.
Yeah. Too much sadness indeed. My heart's breaking here.
So, question to throw out to the illustrious panel, because it's Christmas time. Here we go. Do you think there is any point to Christmas services in churches?
Well, I feel like we need to ask two questions here. First of all, like the role of the Christmas service in the church curriculum and schedule.
Yeah.
And then the second of all is, should Christians really wade into the Christmas celebration? Do you remember we did that episode on Halloween?
We did.
And we spoke about how should Christians
Okay.
kind of handle Halloween? How should Christians handle Christmas? I think is a good conversation. 'Cause they're quite
You think
divided
better-
opinion.
Better conversation than the question I asked, yeah?
Well,
That's
I
what I feel like you're saying.
I kind of feel like if we're trying to proactively herd people to our carol service, it's not a strong approach to then begin to undermine the value of the Christmas service in the church
Yeah,
calendar.
we think Christmas stuff is absolutely rubbish. But come to our carols tonight. So how do you think Christians should approach Christmas?
Well, let me deal with your first question, just to address that.
He only did ask one question.
Well, yeah, I know, and I
and
need a second.
you've made it into 7 or 8, but yeah, address them.
Welcome to Five Mountains. This is how we roll. Okay, let me deal with your one and only question.
And
then-
we're
and then
out
we-
of time. Thank you for coming to the episode.
And then we can spend the most important time answering the great question that I asked.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So the question that you asked is Christmas. So let me just level with people out there, okay? Because this may come as a shock to some.
No, it won't. Don't worry.
You don't reckon? I don't particularly like Christmas at church, right?
What?
And it stresses
No.
my wife out. I just don't like it. The reason I don't like it, but you should come tonight. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Is I feel like for a season you're pushed into a corner of having to bring a certain type of ethos and
Okay, I'm going to kill the
ministry.
music now, so it's going to get really serious.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Well, what I'm about to say is about to get serious. So,
Go.
so like, I feel like it actually.
Can we just point out the fact that he said what I'm about to say is about to be serious, and then proceeded to burp?
It was an accident. I haven't really had breakfast this morning, so I'm drinking fizz on an empty belly. So it's not good. But Merry
Episode
Christmas,
49.
everyone.
Episode 49 is going really well.
Oh, gosh.
So, what it feels like is there's a month that you almost have to write off in the church curriculum and calendar
Yeah.
I see what you mean, yeah.
because you don't really do anything normal. Like, so all of we try our hardest. And actually, I thought Adam's message last Sunday was really good, actually, for a December message. I thought it had those teachy points, inspirational moments. But for the most part, it feels like we're talking about Jesus in a manger, right? And that's an important message. But that message is as important in August as it is in December. Like, it just feels like, though, that we almost have to go, okay, we've got a month now where we have to change gear. So I think typically Sunny Hill tries to play the best with what it can in the sense of we see it as a missional opportunity, try and create easy connecting events, so like men's curry nights, women's wreath making, nativity, carol services, Chris Dingle services, all of these things that are probably more missional, which is obviously great. But I just think in terms of church, like, is all the investment that goes in terms of planning, spending, arranging, do we ever get the fruit that's worthy of the investment that we've made?
Yeah.
And that's always my sticking point.
Yeah.
It just feels like it doesn't feel like an especially extra fruitful time for us. It just
Yeah.
feels like way more work
Yeah.
and the same results.
And I think that part of the struggle of Christmas time, come to the carol service, is it's hard to be original. Like, it's hard. People expect a very certain message.
yeah.
And it's hard to move off that message because it's as if you don't preach that message or speak that message, people feel like it's a weird one. They feel like they've been robbed of Christmas.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are going, well, you haven't been robbed of Jesus.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But they feel like they've been robbed of Christmas. I think it's a weird space in
I
church.
was actually having this conversation when we were talking about sort of whether we were even going to do a nativity with Danny Jackson and Fru Bird and Charlotte Bird when we were sort of all brainstorming together. And I was like,
That's a weird name drop that you've done there, Josh.
I know, I'm throwing
Very
them.
weird name.
I'm
Very
throwing
weird name
I'm
dropping.
throwing them under the bus. I don't want any.
For what they're people going to see today? Come tonight. It's going to be great.
It's going to be so good. We've got
Carol
great
services.
nativity on. It's awesome. But I was like, I don't like rehearsing for weeks on end, like for nativities. And it just takes so much time. It can take like half of October, all of November, and then the first half of December as well to
Yeah.
practice for nativity. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to be teaching the kids stuff that actually kind of matters. Sounds really bad.
But we have been
yeah.
practicing a huge amount.
Oh, yeah.
Nativity tonight, 6 p.m. Come on down.
But if you're a parent, 4:30, drop your kids off.
So, to your
Drop your
second...
kids off has a completely different meaning where I come from. Just saying.
I don't want to ask.
What's happening? I don't know. So, to your second question, how do you think Christians should navigate Christmas? Thanks.
So
Good
I think
conversation. Thanks very much, guys. That's great.
I think definitely a missional sort of point of view is a really helpful moment because you see Christmas and Easter sort of a lot of the times you see an increase in congregation numbers because people go out of tradition to those different services because there's something of meaning behind it which everyone can sort of accept, and it becomes more of a tradition than anything else. So when you have an increase of numbers of people who may not necessarily be Christians who are bringing their families along, I think that's definitely a great opportunity to preach the gospel to them.
Come
But-
on.
So, do you think, though, that, like, Christians should jump all into the Christmas festivities?
Well, I've just got a recording here of the worship band practicing for the carol service
Oh, yeah?
because we're going a bit more brassy this year. So I've just got I think this will inspire people. Pretty good. Great. Then we all come in together. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I was thinking is I'm going to get that video
Oh man.
And I'll put that on our social medias on Sunday morning saying, we're ready for you.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We've been practicing all month. Ready for your arrival.
Oh, I love that.
Sorry to cut across your...
No, no, that's fine.
It's
That's
fine. I just
absolutely-
kind of
it's
picked up the
absolutely
pieces. It's fine, Dom.
Yeah.
You know, it's... Yeah.
So
So-
what?
so-
So your question was?
Do you think Christians, so like Halloween, obviously Halloween, like speaking about how do you handle Halloween as a parent or as a Christian and is all this stuff?
And not everyone agreed with that viewpoint, by the way.
No, because other people are wrong. But what about Christmas? Because
I love
the
that look into the camera after you said
the
other people are wrong.
festivities side of Christmas
Yeah.
feels pretty much like a less evil Halloween, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that where we're at?
Well,
I mean, it's a pagan festival, ultimately. Like, you know what I'm saying?
so the reason I think Christmas is different to Halloween, right? Because the reason that Christians argue
Basically,
pro-Halloween...
because you don't want to get kicked out of your house by your
Yeah,
wife. who's pro Christmas everything.
Well, I think she would
She
agree
would
with
leave
me.
you for Santa Claus, dude.
I saw Mummy kissing Santa Claus last night.
That's weird when you
Underneath
said
the mist,
because
Nanny
all I can see
Barbara.
is that. Yeah.
See Nanny Barbara.
I mean,
Come here, Santa.
I just call her Barbara. I don't call her Nanny Barbara. I call her Barbara. That's what I call her.
What I was going to say. So Halloween had Christian origin, right? But has now ended to represent something quite different, right? Which is why I'm not for it. Christmas, in terms of the pagan festival, same with Easter, started as something pagan, but now represents something quite different. So I do celebrate it. Because it's what it is now. It's not how it started. It's where it's at now, where I think it matters. So I think actually I have no problem with saying December the 25th is the day we celebrate the birth of Christ. Because you need to pick a day on the calendar to have those seismic moments. And it's cool that it's a Christian holiday. That's pretty cool. I think the challenge is the wrapping of Santa Claus into all of this stuff. Now, obviously...
Careful, tread carefully.
I will tread very carefully because obviously there's maybe kids watching. But so in our household, this is how I get around it mentally. Is I go, there's the Jesus being born component of Christmas, and that's that we celebrate the birth of Jesus every day of our life, every week. You know, Jesus is central. We go to church, we worship Jesus as a family. He is everything. You know, the way we budget, the way we spend, the way we think, the way we relate, all of these things come through that filter of Jesus' existence. Cool. Christmas, I almost just go, it's just a festive season. Okay, so that's the snow stuff, the snowmen, the Christmas films, the Santa Clauses. And I don't try to kind of tandem these two things together. Generally, I just go, in December, yeah, we celebrate Father Christmas coming. And actually, I have no real moral kind of contention with that. I know some people have said before, what happens if, like, one day your child stops believing in Santa, let's say? Do they then start questioning the existence of Jesus? Do you know what I mean? Because if you wrap the two together, then all of a sudden... Now, my kind of... What I find funny about that is, no, because we don't go and worship Santa every Sunday. We don't build our life around the...
Well,
I don't know if I
We
believe
don't?
that's true. Not
No.
in your house, maybe.
Well, maybe. But I think you're better... I don't know. I think you just have to just separate the two out and just go, this is some kind of tradition thing we do, which is just a bit silly, a bit fun, bit light-hearted and not non-central to our lives. But Jesus is everything, and it has to go on beyond December.
Yeah.
Like...
So like the RSPCA advert.
yeah, it's not just for
Jesus
Christmas.
is not just
Jesus
for
is not
Christmas.
just for Christmas. That's a great sermon right there.
Yeah.
Jesus is not just for Christmas. It's
Yeah.
for every day of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your thoughts, Josh?
On
On
my
Christmas
mind
in
just
the house
blank.
and Christmas at home, like, you know, how should we be as families, as people, as individuals?
I think what we do in our family, which we're homeschooled, so you know we're slightly different for the rest of you lot.
And the rest of us heathens.
You lot.
From
yeah,
what they call the normies. From the rest of us normies.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why we're all slightly odd. But you know, it's great.
You're not odd.
It's great.
You're definitely not odder than me.
I'll take that as a challenge.
Dude,
but you know,
you though were raised in IKEA, so it's pretty much like your homeschool.
Dare not trust a Swedish frame. That's all I'm saying.
Come down to our carol service. We need you to be there, please. Please come.
I think what we always do is we try to emphasize the importance of family and the importance that Jesus is is the focus point of this. We've never sort of believed or had any sort of confidence in where we get presents from in a certain fat man.
And that's largely because as a mum and dad, you don't want Santa getting a credit
What?
for things you've spent your hard-earned money on.
Well, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea.
Santa
what
brings the
about.
cheap naff presents in our house.
Yeah.
We make sure of that.
Yeah.
Santa has a subscription to Poundland, I think.
Yeah. Santa says financially viable over the festive season.
yeah. So we've never really had that sort of thing. We haven't had the tooth fairy either. And so it's always been very sort of, we go to church on a Sunday, we'll hang out as a family. It's all about Jesus, and we'll put the decorations up. We'll celebrate with the people that we care about. But it's always been more of a family thing, I guess, for us, rather than sort of like a...
Can I tell you the thing I do hate about Christmas? Because I can deal with the Santa, I can deal with the Christmas movies, snow, all that kind of stuff. I'm cool with that. Is I hate the commercialism of the pressure of spending and people getting into debt. I hate that. I hate this idea that that people are just capitalising on this moment and appealing to vulnerable families to take out bigger loans to buy presents their kids don't need in order to try and make their kids happy. And those are the sorts of things that get my goat more, is just that commercial drive. It's not the Santa stuff. It's not the festivities. It's that commercial aspect that I don't like at all.
So we had the weirdest thing where, that camera's died. Camera's died.
That one.
Hold on. So you keep talking now. I'm going to sort of the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, what's interesting as well, while it's in my head, is like there are some families that are dead against having Christmas trees because they see them as some. What's that?
Sorry, I had
the
a cough.
Gartens.
I had a cough.
I mean, but that's nothing to do with any kind of spiritual reason. It's just because Richard's a Grinch and he does it, like literally.
We can slag him off now.
Yeah, takes the tree down on Boxing Day. Have you ever heard of such a horrific parenting model where like you just celebrate Christmas and then the next thing you know, you wake up the next morning and your dad's whacking the tree back in the loft? I mean, it's just brutal, man. That's Richard for you.
And I'm back.
Good to see you. Come to our carol service.
After that slating session, you step away for a moment, sort out a camera. It all just goes downhill. So we had a weird experience the other day. I had a weird experience. So asking my youngest Charlie, so what, would you want Santa to bring you? And he said, I want Santa to bring me money.
I like that. His elves have been in the workshop.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, just Santa bring you some cold, hard cash for you to then spend how you see fit, as if he can't do it. I thought, it's gone too far now. Now it's gone too far.
That's
what
is
happening?
About transaction.
That is the thing. If anyone's wanting to get me gift cards, get me money, not gift cards, please, because gift cards are so annoying.
We know that a lot of you are thinking, before I get to the carol service tonight, 6 o'clock, I better get Josh a gift card.
I know. Everyone at Sunny Hill was thinking that. So I'll put you guys.
Can I just say, I once said to my family, right?
Yeah.
So I've got 4 siblings, right? Yeah. And we made a
works with 5 of them.
We made a decision about 8 years ago, which was really great. Which is, instead of buying everyone a present, you get nominated a family, and you buy on behalf of the family for the family, and £50 is the limit, and you buy the couple and their children presents or whatever. So
£50 a person or £50
no, for the whole unit, right?
Wow.
So my family cost is ceiling at £50, right? Which is really cool. I'm really cool with that, right? Because I'm thinking it's so silly, because I'm going to spend lots of money on buying little things that these guys, I don't know if they want them, but I'm spending money just as a gesture. So now just tell me what you want, 50 quid. And often,
that's what we do.
Inevitably, it's an Amazon voucher that people want, which is great. You just email them that. Merry Christmas, right? It's all cool. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we just knocked birthdays on the head too?
Yeah.
Right? So I sent an email. I thought this is a brilliant idea. Why don't we just up the budget to £100 at Christmas for a family and not bother with anyone's birthdays in the year as well, right? I think that's a brilliant idea, right? Because I can see there's a sense
why
of...
Why do you hate your family? What's happening right now?
Well, that was the kind of response I got. Is I emailed it. I was expecting literal high five, emoji high fives to go, brilliant idea. And literally, the hate mail that I got back from my siblings...
You got the high ones. You got the high one emojis.
Like I'm some cold...
Oh my God.
I'm some cold relative that just does not want to celebrate and honour the birth of people.
Yeah.
But like for me, this is the challenge, is my brother Adam is exceptional at remembering birthdays and will buy everyone presents. Right, kudos to him. Well done, Adam. Thoughtful, kind, generous, brilliant. I, on the other hand, I forget everyone's birthdays. Even in my own family, even my kids at times, I'm like, whoa, Judah's next week. Gosh, okay, what are we doing? Now, so I forget all my nephews and nieces, right?
I can contest to that because there's been more than one occasion where Dom has made, let's say, a booking to go out on a trip somewhere and then gone, hold on, guys, it's my kid's birthday. I need to be back for that.
Yeah, that's awkward. I think they're incidental birthdays, really. I think they don't really matter. Like, again, it's another commercial exercise. It just is what it is.
Louise, you lucky, lucky girl.
So here's the challenges. So let's just say Adam remembers all the birthdays next year and spends, say, £300 on all the nephews and nieces.
So Adam's just been an adult, yeah?
Right? Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Right? And I have no problem with spending the money, but I have every problem remembering the birthdays. Right?
So you've devised a plan to go, how can I not look like I don't care?
Exactly.
Here's my plan.
Here's
That's going to
plan.
make me look like I don't care.
Because I don't care what you say, right? And we'll have to ask Adam on this one. There's no way he's not getting bitter. There's no way that every year he's remembering all of my kids, and I might remember Eliza's but forget JJ's, or I just
But that's why he's bitter, because he's going, you're costing me about £1,000 a year, and you're only coming back with a £20 Amazon gift voucher that you've emailed me.
But this is the thing. I don't want it. And I say this to all of them. Like, they say, what does Judah want for his birthday? And I just write back into the chat, nothing. He's fine, thanks. Because I don't want them to buy him anything, because then I feel obliged. I have to now buy your kids something.
See, this is where you've gone wrong. What you want to put into the chat is, he wants an iPhone. That's what you want to put in it, and then not reciprocate back. And go, you do you, I do me.
I just think there's no way I mean, I think I'm hated in my family anyways. I've got this hunch, reading between the lines. But I just feel like with my siblings, I just think, okay, you're all amazing. Well, most of you, because one of my sisters.
Easy. Let's not.
They're
They're
not
going
all
on
good.
the internet.
It's fine. They're not all good at remembering birthdays. So I'm not pretending like they're all great and I'm the only bad one. I'd say most of us are bad.
Okay.
But some of us maybe feel more noble they think we're better than we are. Whereas I just go, I'm awful at that. Right? So for the sake of all...
this is Dom's way of saying, please remember his birthday.
March the 20th. So I just think, why don't we just level the playing field?
Yeah.
Everyone gets the same. Everyone is remembered in some sort of way. No one looks bad. No one feels annoyed that they've shelled out money. I just think it's fair.
Okay,
well,
so
what should have happened? I want to say this. What should have happened is your parents should have planned ahead. That's what my parents did. So all of my siblings, bar Abigail, are within the space of a 2-month window of Christmas. So I just get them joint birthday presents. It's easy. That's so easy.
Family planning there.
I feel weird that you've said they've planned ahead, Josh. So
It's family
comfortably
planning.
talking about your parents. It doesn't.
It's
seem
good.
right.
It's good sense though.
So here's my question: would you rather receive a well thought out Christmas gift, or if Louise said, Dom, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine your birthday present, anniversary, Valentine's Day, and Christmas gift as one, but I'm going to just give you a lump sum of money to do with what you want, or her spending time thinking of a really meaningful gift, what would you go for?
Gifts are not a love language of mine at all, which is
cold,
probably
man.
speaks into my thing. So for me,
Your heart's cold. I'll take the money, but your heart is cold.
I'm sure people would suggest that I'm on the spectrum, because for me,
Not just because
I struggle pragmatically. So Adam, for example, on my birthday will send me an Amazon voucher, and I'm thankful, £20. And what inevitably I end up doing
You
is
sound
when
a
his
bit
birthday.
bitter because of the amount.
Well, no, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
No, it's fine. Just say it. Just say it.
Because
if it
what-
was more, I'd be more impressed.
What's happened before is we play Amazon tennis. I wait for his birthday and I send the same thing back to him. Right. So now there's £20 sitting in Amazon that just gets cycled back and forth between inboxes that will never get spent. And I just feel we're all grown up here. Like, just spend 20 quid on yourself. Happy birthday. But don't buy anything for me, and I'll do the same. And it does annoy Louise, and I think it annoys her family a bit, because, around this time of year, I get stressed because people, they're saying, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm thinking, well, what I really want is a Tesla. But because I'm not 8, you don't get what you want anymore. What you get is, socks, pants, stuff that I'll just buy myself if I need them.
And also stuff that you don't want your mother-in-law buying for you. Because how do you know my size? How do you know my size, Chris?
Yeah, she obviously does her homework when she visits, and she looks through our washing. But I guess like for me,
That's a visual.
but I think like it's better because I always end up saying the same to Louise. I just think money's good, and Louise that stresses Louise out because Louise will write a list. Like she'll say, "I want coat, I want."
Oh, really?
This. Yeah, she'll say.
Wow.
When I say list, she's always a very modest. She's not like a big spender. She doesn't like money being spent.
I
on
want
her.
this £6,000 sort of necklace.
Well, it's
that-
always a reasonable list.
Want
It's
Tesla.
always like, I've been wanting. Like for example, she'll go, "I've been wanting this book all year, so it'd be great if I get that new book by
Bible.
Richard Osman or whatever for a tenner." Whereas, if I wanted a book in August, I'd buy the book in August. I just don't go, "Oh, I'll put that on the Christmas list." I just think, I'm an adult, I've got a job, I'm buying the book. So by the time it comes to December, there are no longer any £10 or £20 items that are outstanding. What I
Sorry.
need. Oh, that's good.
I don't know what was happening there for a moment.
So that's interesting. Here's a charger, right?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Flipping heck,
I'm just
sorry.
You want to
breaking.
keep breaking that, yeah?
A contactless charger.
Yeah.
Now, that might be a good Christmas present, but I'm guessing that's what, 20 quid, 25
20
quid?
quid. I literally, okay, this is going to sound really bad. I bought this a week ago.
Yeah, that's good. And I just think, I'll buy that if I want it. But, like, I guess, like, it's not really in the Christmas spirit. So I just think, I was even thinking yesterday when I was doing the dishes, I was thinking, it'd be kind of nice if there was just no presents involved. Like, if we were just looking forward to hanging out, if we were just looking forward to eating food, looking forward to playing games, and not having this stress of going out to, like, Smith's toy store on a day off, shelling out loads of money
Yeah.
for big bits of plastic that
Yeah.
in 12 months will be in the bin.
So,
Merry
is-
Christmas. Come to our carol
Carol
service.
service, yeah. So, this is my confession time. So, what I hate the most
Yeah.
is handmade cards.
Okay.
So, to the point now where my kids will ask me on birthdays, Christmas, or anything, do you really want us to make you a card? And I go, no, I'm going to throw it in the bin. Literally hate it. So, this year they got me the greatest thing. And it says on it, all it said was, happy birthday, here is a folded piece of cardboard. It's the only time I've gone, I'm so proud of you. So proud of
The
you.
only
boy."
time.
I remember that. I do remember that because there would be things where back in the day when Charlie and Judah were young, we would look after, or Louise would
Oh,
look after
dude.
Charlie, and Louise would do craft with Charlie and Judah or whatever. And then when Richard came to pick him up, he was like, "What are you giving me that for?"
Yeah.
He got pasta shells.
Yeah.
And he just throw it in the bin.
But what must I do with that? I'm not going to go home and put it up on. I'm not going to
So harsh.
show it.
As a man of integrity, at least.
My kids aren't good artists. They're not good artists at all. They're no Andy Warhol.
Well,
If they were, they would sign it,
Well,
and
what
I
I-
would go, "Woo,
What
Tesla."
I feel like during this session today of Fire Mountain is I've talked about my frustrations about the present purchasing drama, and you've been indicating that I'm some sort of heartless.
What I feel like it's worked well
Yes.
on
Oh
episode
my God.
49.
You're throwing things that your kid
Yeah.
have made for you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
never do
In the
that.
bin.
Yeah, but ironically, in all of this, you're the one who's going to come out looking like, why does he hate his family? Why does
love
he
my
hate
family.
his whole family that he can't even be bothered to get them gifts? Why?
Josh, do you
Why?
remember to buy all of your siblings presents for birthdays?
Like I said, I do joint birthdays and
Okay.
Christmas, so I do
You
your
found a
I do
workaround.
your £100 trick.
That'd be
Just
good,
I,
wouldn't
I
it?
work. Yeah, it's
Do
great.
you give each £100 a year?
No.
Oh, wow. 'Cause I was about to say, dude, that's way too expensive.
I was on less
That's
than minimum
way
wage
too
for about a year. I'm definitely not.
I know,
Can't
but so,
afford
so do you think it's a fair suggestion to say, let's just up the ante to £100 each and just go, happy birthday, happy Christmas, thank God you're alive, here's 100 quid. Like, do you think
No.
that's good? No?
I think that you're making a really, really poor decision that birthdays are less important to people than they really are.
Yeah.
There's more chance of you getting rid of Christmas than there is a birthday.
Well, for me,
You
I
think?
feel... Let me
Oh,
just say,
yeah.
Richard,
Definitely,
No
definitely,
way.
You're telling
I
me
don't think so.
your
I don't
birthday,
believe
Yeah.
I buy you a birthday gift,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say I spend £30 on something
yeah.
quite cool.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say now, there's
Yeah.
no way you receive that without the immediate follow-up thought, which is, pants, I'm going to have to buy him something for his birthday.
I know. I
That's
I
a-
don't
that's a
think
lie.
that. I
That's
don't
a
think
lie.
it.
That's a lie.
Because I'm really happy to receive gifts and not give them. I'm comfortable in that space. If you want to buy a Christmas present to bring down at 6 p.m. to our carol service, I'm the one to do it to you because there's no way that I feel the need to reciprocate that back to you. I'm the best person to give gifts to. Just if giving is better than receiving, I'll take the hit and receive it for everybody. That's what I'll do.
You're so noble. We really admire
the
you.
Jesus in me.
It's going to be a massive loss.
It's the Jesus in me.
It's going to be.
That's what it
massive
is.
loss when you do.
Yeah.
What I'm not doing.
I mean,
is
Jesus himself says it's better to give than to receive. So you're flying in the face of what Jesus said there.
But someone's got to receive it for it to be better to give.
Where do you think it says that about Jesus saying that, by the way?
What?
It's better to give than to receive.
Better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
What, as in which book? Or
Yeah,
as
in the scripture. Where do you think it is?
It's Matthew, isn't it?
Nope.
Is it in the Bible?
It's in the Bible.
It is in the Bible.
It's not
I
Matthew.
don't know. I'm questioning it.
Mark, Luke,
I
John.
don't know.
No. It's a curveball question. It's in the book of Acts. And it references that Jesus said it. That's random, isn't it? Go on, check it out.
I'm Googling that.
That is random.
So Luke writes that
I did
Jesus
move
once
to
said
another
this.
country, so I don't have to
So
give
it's not
gifts.
in the Gospels. It's in the book of Acts, but it's a quote from Jesus. So it's a red letter.
Really?
Pretty weird, isn't it?
Flipping out. Okay.
Check it out.
Wow.
See? Hang around with me, guys. You might not get a birthday
Yeah.
present, but you
You
get some
might-
Bible.
Yeah. Spend time with me. You may learn a bit of Bible and how to make your family hate you.
I'm smashing that. Out the park.
So, on your Christmas list then,
Let's validate this claim.
on your Christmas list, what are you getting Louise for Christmas?
Hold up. Acts 20, flipping heck.
Acts 20.
But in all things I have shown you that by working hard in this way we must help the weak and remember the words of the Lord Jesus, how he himself said, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
In Acts.
And
Isn't
I
that
want to
cool?
say, in reference to that
Wow.
verse,
High five.
That's sick.
That's a good little...
in
fact
reference to
there
that
for you.
verse, it says help the weak. And when it comes to receiving gifts, I'm happy to be the weak. I am. KFC gift cards,
When it comes to gifts, you're no longer the
Amazon
conqueror.
vouchers,
You're the
accept-
victim.
I'm the victim. I'm prepared to receive it. I'm prepared to look at God. I'm wounded, and I need help. Help.
Yeah.
So, Christmas list. What are you getting, Louise?
A coat.
Really?
This year, yeah. Now, Louise is a great wife because she's got... she hates money being spent.
That's the only reason.
She's a brilliant wife for many reasons, but one of the
That's
things I like
primary,
about
because
her...
of his anti kind of holiday
Birthday.
spirit, birthday stuff.
So, like, for example, if let's say I spent £1,000 on a trip to Barbados, right? That would annoy her. That wouldn't bless her. She'd be like, well, how are we paying for that? So what have we not got to have in order for that to be
This
happening?
means we're not getting
So-
the Tesla, Dom.
Yeah,
Thanks.
exactly. Well, that's
So just quickly on that, because this is totally different, but I want to point it out.
Yeah.
Your frugalness of going, I'll never wait for a gift. I'm just literally going to buy whatever I see
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
want it. I'm an
Yeah.
adult. And
Within reason.
Her annoyance that you're spending money. Oh, I feel like it's a match made in heaven.
Well, to be fair to her, she would always... So I wanted to get her a really good coat.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's get her a North Face, like
Nice. Yeah,
right down, but it's about £340.
Oh, it's
a
a
lot
mega
of money, right? Way more money than we would ever spend on a Christmas present. But I thought, let's get a good coat.
Yeah.
We're getting older. Let's do it. Like, it is what it is. Let's get you a really good coat that's going to last you for years.
Yeah.
Like a good quality one that you'll love. And she could not wrap her head spending more than £50 on a coat. So she's like, no, I wouldn't enjoy wearing it. I'd be nervous wearing it. Like, what if I snag it on a fence? What if I do this? Like, but that said, last year I surprised her with a pair of Dr. Martens, right, which was about £140, which is a lot of money. Now, if I'd have tried to get permission to buy those for her, she would never have had them.
Yeah.
So she gave me some next options, which were £30. But I thought, no, I'm going to get you some decent shoes.
Yeah.
They have been her favourite gift for years. Like, I've never... And so she accepted them, and she's loved them.
So you know what to do this year, yeah?
Well...
So you know there's a gap.
Remember-
£300 is too much, but 100,
Well,
150...
she would never sign off on me
No.
spending £150 on shoes, even though Dr. Martens last for years and they're good quality. Like, I think...
Better received than when you bought her a second-hand bike, yeah?
You have quite a big... Yeah, much better than that one. That's a long story. She still brings it up. £20 a bargain on Gumtree.
Yeah. It's the fact that you bought your wife a second-hand bike.
Well, I did ask her if she wanted one. She said no, but I read between the lines. I knew what she wanted. She's like, I hate cycling. I don't want to cycle.
no.
She was pregnant with Zeke. She says, I'm never going to use it. And anyways, I go and pick up this bike off Gumtree that looked better on the picture than it did, but I was committed by that point. So I put it on the roof of the car, drive it back down the street, and it's so annoying because she's pulling into the drive as I'm bringing the car home with this bike, and she is like, I'm like, close your eyes, and she's like, that better not be for me. I'm like, oh, it's going to be awesome. Anyways, I gave it to her. I reckon she's used it twice in the last 7 years or something.
£10 a use, isn't it?
Everything about that story I love. She was pregnant. She said to me no outright.
She said no outright. I do not want a bike.
And I read between the lines, and what I thought I heard was, do it. Do it.
I thought it was a great gift.
Do it.
Well, who doesn't want a bike? But maybe Louise doesn't want a bike.
I know he doesn't want a bike. The person who said, I know, I'm pregnant.
Well, Louise's argument was it's about £12 to hire a bike. I'd rather just hire one. On the odd occasion I'll use one.
Oh, you've saved £2.50.
Yeah, exactly. Quid's in. I mean, I have to store the thing, which is annoying because it's always in the way. But
I'm sure you could sell it for about the same price as well. Maybe.
I don't know. It's bad.
I think you should get the expensive coat.
Okay.
Because it's going to last longer. She's going to enjoy wearing it.
That's what I think.
And a £50 coat feels to me like you're going to be buying a £50 coat once a year.
That's my argument.
For the next
That's the thing with the
years.
Dr. Martens. I was like, I could buy next shoes for £30, £50, but how many times do I have to buy them?
Yeah.
When you just get a good pair of Dr. Martens, that'll probably last about 10, 15 years. But that said, but you have a big mantra on that, don't you? As in, buy quality.
Buy quality and spend less in the long run. Yeah. Also, have you thought about buying that coat but wrapping it around a bike?
No, but I have now. A North Face
Actually,
bike.
you could go and buy like a really cheap second-hand bike and then give her the coat. And then when she's going, this is too expensive, you go, oh, you could have the bike.
Here's what you could have had.
You make your choice.
No, that's good. I mean, it's all about budgets. So this is, I guess, my thought about when we talk about commercialism, is because money, I think, is more integral to Christmas than Santa. Right. So if we're talking about my pet peeves at Christmas, Santa's like a novel little figure that comes out the loft. Like
whenever Coca-Cola wants some marketing.
Yeah, and it's all nonsense or whatever. It's all not nonsense. Sorry, it's all just festive silliness. Okay, it's just like fun, akin to the Easter Bunny, which is daft as well. But
we would love to see you at the carol service this
where
evening
Father
at 6
Christmas
PM.
is visiting.
Yeah, Santa's going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
But this is why I don't feel a moral conflict internally with it. I just go, yeah, it's just a silly thing. It's like, as in, it's not central to our lives. But the money aspect, I feel like many people, I think, will still be paying for Christmas in April and May.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just insane, isn't it? They're still paying off the debt of that one day.
So I agree, and I think it's gone too far when you see those adverts of those companies who go, start saving for Christmas now. And you're going, it's January. And I'm like, how much money are you putting away every month? To reach a point where you go, oh, we've saved £2,000. We can afford Christmas. Then your Christmas is too expensive, man.
Yeah. So how much would you got 3 kids?
So I got 3.
I
got
how much would Christmas cost you in presents wise?
So 3 kids, presents wise, Christmas. This Christmas it will probably be for all 3 kids.
And yourself, what you'll have, Charmaine has as a family unit.
Probably about
£3.50.
All 5.
It's really hard. Maybe £200 all in.
Wow.
But what we would do...
That's cheap.
That's impressive.
But what we would do is if there's...
£40 each.
If there's like an experience that the kids wanted to do, and they said, oh, we really want to do that, then we would, for Christmas, we'll get you that thing. So we're not going to get you Lego. Okay. We'll get that experience.
Do you not feel like you're obliged to buy a smaller present that they can open on the day to go?
Not like a box of chocolates?
No.
Fair enough.
See, I couldn't do that.
I don't
couldn't
think
give my kids a... See, Caleb wants a drum kit, right? And the drum kit that we'll get him eventually will be about £1,500. So we will
But guys, please keep paying your tithes to Sunny Hill Church. It's really important.
The tithes won't affect the drum kit we get. It's already beyond us.
Yeah. It's not the tithe that will affect it. It's the salary.
So what we're trying to teach Caleb is to save over the long run, right? Yeah. But what we want to do is we want to kickstart the drum fund, right? So for example, at Christmas, we'll probably give him like £100. We would never spend that much on a gift. We'd spend probably £50 on a gift. But because we want to honour that commitment to save, we'll go, let's up it. There's 100. But then say you can cash out at £50. Almost like some dodgy betting app. You can have £100 towards a drum kit, or you can have £50 and go and buy junk from a toy shop or whatever. But even then, I'm feeling like he needs something to open on the day.
So-
because it sucks. Because it's
so
got to
this
be
is
about
the
2
weird
years
part.
before he gets a drum kit.
So this is where I think it's weird, because this is where tradition, I think, overrides common sense. I think we feel those things because we feel like a fantasy of we're all going to sit around and everybody's going to open their presents and it's all going to be warm and fuzzy and we're going to hug each other as a family and say, look at how these have communicated how much we love each other. But the reality is, you're shouting at your kids going, wait till your brother's opened his gifts before you open yours, or it's bedlam. Then you're going, why do you not appreciate what you've gotten?
Yeah.
Because already they've opened them and then gone, can we watch TV now? Because actually we've done the exciting part of Christmas. So I think there's this myth that has become a traditional like view of Christmas that we're all aspiring to. When you look at the reality, I look and I go, man, what are we doing? This is the only part of Christmas I think that measures up normally. This is in my house, is when we sit around the table and eat the food.
Yeah.
Because I've
That's
made
the
the
best
food
bit.
and
That's
it's
the best
really
bit.
good. And even in that, I'm not picturing that we're going to have these deep, intensive conversations. I'm like,
We
we're
do.
going to sit and we're going to literally
course,
just
yeah.
shove food in our mouths and be done with it. And it will be good.
It's actually one of the very few SNL skits that I found funny is they have this thing on Christmas. And basically, it's this husband and his wife. They've just put the kids to bed and they're hugging and they're, how did you find Christmas time? Oh, it was lovely. And then it pans to the families come over. And then it's just absolute
Bedlam.
carnage.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, it's hysterical. But it is true. You can, I mean, obviously our family's perfect and we never have any sort of disputes at all during Christmas, and
Never.
it's great. And we all really get along 100% of the time really well. But I know for other families on occasion there is maybe a few
They struggle
difficulties.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have to. You as parents, you have to be really intentional to not make your kids into spoiled brats, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to create a budget, create a low bar of expectation. So our kids would never come asking for a PS5 because they know it's way beyond the realm of likelihood. So they know where to pitch their gifts normally. They do generally think that Nana is the gold mine. Louise's mom is going to come up with the goods because inevitably
grandparents, it's
her presents trump ours like 3-4 times over, like literally. And our kids, I think they know that now. But it's kind of funny. There's this story of this child going to bed and praying to God, like, God, please, for my birthday, a new BMX, please, Lord, like all this sort of stuff. And his mum goes, you know, God's not deaf. And he's like, no, but Nano's.
So greatest Christmas prank ever. Chris, Dennis, second-hand bike for Louise.
Well, Adam and Fru have got quite a cool approach to gifts. They do a lot of second-hand shop buying. I think that's quite cool.
charity shops are a beautiful thing.
You don't like that idea, Richard? Why not?
No. It's the same as Secret Santa. I'm not a big Secret Santa fan either.
Why?
Because firstly, no one ever sticks to the amount that's agreed.
Yeah.
Then you give
Thank
a
you.
gift,
Yes.
and the gift's always crap.
Can I just say,
Because you like it's never good.
can we
It's
just
never
reflect on our last Christmas stuff? Secret Santa last year. That was awful.
good? For you, I loved it. Dom got the crappiest gift ever. I don't want to say who gave it, but it was rubbish.
What was it?
And then Sophie got Amazon Echo screen device, and your face in that moment, it was like
I was
great
content
gift.
until I saw what she got.
And then a great it was, honestly, it was so good. It was like watching.
What did you get?
Didn't I get a bit of chocolate and some underwear or something?
Yeah, you got something that was
I got some
like
Christmas pants and
yeah,
a bit
like
of
a
chocolate
joke,
or
like a
whatever.
joke, like not even a usable pair of underwear.
But like I think the
It was
limit
so
was
good.
the limit was
Usable
well as in it was just a silly bit of underwear. But like it £10 was the limit, and this person probably spent about 5 or 6 quid. It was cool. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, that's so funny. You got what?
Yeah, but it was like that.
Like,
it was as
literally.
if somebody had given Sophie £1 million, and Dom was just like, "But I've got a twig."
You can thank my brother for that. My brother's the one who got Sophie that Kindle thing. Is that typical?
Oh, it just cracked
So
me
now,
up
not only is
so
he making
much.
me look bad and feel bad in my own family context, it's now bleeding into the
Now
staff
it's bleeding,
team.
it's bleeding into you the rest of your life.
Stick to the ceiling. Stick to the limit, please. Seriously.
Well, this is
That is
episode
amazing.
49 of Fire Mountain, which we thought we'd bring you in the morning. We hope you've enjoyed having a laugh with us
I'm
about
sure they haven't.
Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure you found a lot of gold nuggets in what we've said.
Well, the most important thing today is come to the carol service
6
tonight,
o'clock.
because despite all the things we've said,
Yep.
we do like kind of some of the festive kind
Yeah.
of. We've got mince pies tonight, mulled wine tonight.
It's going to be good.
I like nativities.
Beautiful.
Carols, I don't like most of it, but 1-2 days of the year I can get on board with them. I do find Do you worship to carols out of interest? I often wonder.
Depends. I think there's one. Oh, what's the one carol? I feel like is it "Hark the Herald Angels
You
Sing"?
like that one, do you?
I think that's the
not
one
my
one
one.
I
Mine's
feel-
Joy to the World.
So-
That's my favourite.
I would be totally level with everyone in the room and online. If I could, I would stack a carol service up with popular Christmas songs like Slade. Not the carols we sing. Proper.
Well, it's in. Oh, I wish it could.
Because I think that it would just be
Woo!
like a party, like a New Year's party. That's what for me it would be like that.
Is that because you separate the Jesus thing out of the Christmas
Yeah.
stuff? So you
Because
just go.
like a wedding, like I was saying this to Josh beforehand. I was
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
when you go to a wedding and it's a Christian wedding, and I have nothing against Christian weddings. I think it's really cool.
That's good to hear.
But yeah, but they go into those heavy, intensive worship times,
Yeah.
and I think it's about 12 of us in the room that are really connecting with what's going on. And then there's a whole plethora of people who have no faith, who are literally standing there going, "What is happening
What
right
about
now?"
okay?
When's the bar open?
So for me, for Christmas time, I would be like all in. Slade, Wham,
Wizard.
Last Christmas. Like
That could be a legitimate like Christian song.
I would go
I
all
gave you
in
my heart.
on that, and I think people would be going. And I would love Study Hill Band to do it because I think they would do those songs really well.
Can I ask a question? What if we took some of those classics and rewrote them into Christian ballads?
Oh, that's so
What
no,
you-
I
that's
would love
so
that.
corny. I hate it.
What are you doing, Weird
I
Al
hate
Yankovic?
it.
What's happening right
Well,
now?
give me a Christmas song. I'll show you. I'll give you an example of what
Okay,
it could look like.
Slade.
Slade. Which one's that? Are you hanging? No,
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
Slade?
that is Slade.
Um,
Exactly, and
No,
that's
no,
why
no,
we
no,
can't do
no.
it.
So here it is, Jesus' birthday. Everybody's having fun.
carol
Look
service will be
to the
nothing like this.
future where we focus on God's Son. Are you hanging up your Jesus
Yeah, this
on
has
the
been
wall?
this has been Fire Mountain, guys. Thank you so much for.
Well, I'm just trying to think, like, at Christmas,
Where
what
did
might
you
you
go
be
Catholic?
doing? Like,
Where
putting a
did
crucifix.
you go
on-
Catholic? What was happening? You just took a little like slide to one side.
It's the time that every clergy has a ball. Did your mama ever tell you that the old church songs are the best? But now we sing Hillsong and Delirious. Boom. So here it is, Jesus is back. So that's obviously one that can go in the roster. Any other songs?
No, let's not carry on with down the line we're going, because let's be honest, what's happening?
I grew up in a church where we used to rewrite words like to Bon Jovi and sing them in
so
church. Honestly,
corny. It's
I promise
so
you.
corny. That's the thing.
Why?
It's so
Because Bon
corny.
Jovi's lyrics are great.
Well, they didn't need as much adaptation. You got living on a prayer,
Living
keep
on
the
a-
faith.
Yeah, living on a prayer. Just sing that
Just
song
sing
in,
it.
in church.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, we used to sing. Honestly, some of the songs we used to rewrite, and then I saw God's grace. Now I'm a believer, not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love.
Can you get the cricket sound effect up, Richard?
Sometimes
Why are you guys being harsh? This is a great conversation point.
so
I'm just saying for
corny.
Christmas,
It's so
that's the
corny.
way we meet in the middle. You want worldly pagan songs. I'm saying I want Jesus glorifying words. Let's mash those two together.
I love that
Let's
how you put that
redeem.
forward.
Yeah.
Let's redeem these songs
But
for the
how would-
glory of God.
how would you feel if it went the other way? You turn on the radio and there were these worship songs with really pagan lyrics.
What I was thinking, imagine if you did rewrite the Christmas Carol, and you've got like more like
So, just leveling with you all, that for me would be a great carol service. I would enjoy it.
I don't think I'd like that at all.
I would love it. It would make me
See,
smile.
for me, I think some carols
I
don't
would
make
be
any
moving
sense,
straight to the lantern.
and we'd let you go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No arguments.
Don't-
Actually,
Why are you giving me incentive to
yeah,
allow Richard's
actually,
idea to come
let's
to
do
life?
It. Let's do it.
That's good. You know the Lanterns Anglican, right?
I'll be moving straight to.
Lansdowne, surely.
Yeah.
Surely.
We know where you'll be going to.
Where's that?
The Orthodox St. Simon's Church, where they're hanging Jesus on the wall.
True. I do. I think carols are cool. Joy to the World. There's only a few I like though. It's interesting because with Adam, when we're trying to map out the carol service, we're trying to think what what carols can you worship most to? And some wouldn't pass as legitimate carols, but still, I think are better to have genuine, like, worshipful moment potential than just this. So some carols may as well not have Jesus in because they're just like, they just bring a Christmas vibe because they're carolly, but they don't really make any sense, I think. Like that one, In a Bleak Midwinter, which I used to sing a lot, but it don't make any sense, in my opinion.
King Wenceslas?
And Good King Wenceslas went to town riding on a donkey or something. I don't think that's right.
We may as well just sing "All I Want for Christmas Is You." I mean, I think that's just as
That's
good.
what I'm saying. If you can redeem the lyrics, that works. I remember there was that Christmas celebration we did one time, and Phil was leading, and it's "Oh Little Donkey," and I remember him turning around and saying, "What's my life come to?"
And
as he's singing in a
what was
worship
best
set.
about that is that song never ended. It just kept, do it again, keep going. And I think you were drumming, and it was like, Dom, keep it going. And you just kept
How
going.
does the Little Donkey song go again? Little donkey,
There we
little
go.
donkey. And he's
On a dusty road.
yeah.
It was great.
I was
It
just like, get me
great.
to January, please.
My favorite Sunny Hill Christmas memory was probably the first or second Christmas that I'd spent here, and it was we were all doing it, and there was this little skit going on with this little puppet, and all throughout Richard was going, "Kid Foal, Kid Foal."
Kid Fowl,
Kid Foal.
Kid
yeah.
Fowl.
And then midway through the entire congregation we were like, okay, that's cool, it's Kid Foal. And then he went, and there's Adult Foal.
Adult Foal.
And you just heard a "oh" throughout the entire congregation. It was amazing.
So wait there, did Richard use a puppet for a Christmas message?
No.
It was.
Oh.
I was referring to the puppet that you used for the Christmas message, and that went really well because you and props, especially puppets, smashing it up.
Can I just say,
yeah.
tonight, there's a novel experience.
Yeah.
In
It's actually, I'm looking forward to it. I
It's
it's
think
not a
it's gonna be
standard
sick. I think
preach. It's
gonna be
different.
good.
It's different, and it's going to
Yeah.
be funny, and it's hopefully going to be inspiring. So it's gonna be
think
So
gonna be sick.
we're going to wrap that up because that's 56 minutes of Fire Mountain.
well done, Josh.
Right
we did
there.
it.
Smash that.
So
One more episode after this, Richard. What we doing?
that's a great question. Final episode of Fire Mountain in its current format next week, episode 50.
Yeah.
Me and Dom have been speaking about ideas, and by speaking about ideas, I had one idea that I pitched to him, and it wasn't received in the way I thought it would be.
you should do it. Just go for it.
Rewrite Christmas songs, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't rewriting Christmas songs. I'm just going to throw it out, and in the comments, you should leave your thoughts on this. You should join us at me and Dom having a very intimate Christmas meal.
You didn't use the word intimate.
Well, because there's only going to be two of us, so that's where it's come to.
So we're just sitting at the table eating roast turkey.
Basically, and just with a camera watching us eat. No words, nothing neat. Maybe just a good soundtrack, a good turkey.
We don't talk.
No, we don't talk.
No.
In silence, just with really somber music. Go out with a bang. Fire Mountain,
that
episode
will
50.
get the most views that Fire Mountain has ever had.
I think people would enjoy watching us devour a turkey, a whole turkey between two of us.
I'll be good because next Sunday is when we lift the World Cup, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
no, yeah, it's
We-
true. It's
we
going to be
should-
sick.
Actually, Fire Mountain will be aired at the same time as we lift the World Cup, pretty much,
No.
won't it? Almost.
I don't
7 o'clock.
know.
The
Next
final
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
the
Oh,
final.
sorry.
That's
final.
exciting times. Let's go. It's coming
Great.
home.
Well, that's been Fire Mountain. Thanks
Bless
for
you
joining
guys.
us. We'll
Yeah.
see all of you at 6 o'clock tonight. Carol service.
Yes.
Yeah, come on.
Cool.